Welcome back. Today we're going to build an autoclicker with Python for Aimbot, and you can use this to impress your friends and family. First off, we're going to install the following packages. For that, we are going to use pip. I will paste the packages, hit install. Once these packages is installed, we go into our text editor. So now I'm in my text editor and I have created a file called aimbooster.py. We will now build out the script. So start by importing all the necessary packages. And let us stop for a second and think about what our program is going to do. So the program has to have a function which clicks the screen, and we have to know inside which frame the mouse is going to click. So we need some kind of click function and some kind of while loop. So let us start with making a while loop and then determining where on the screen we're going to click. So we start by making our while loop. So what this while loop does is it breaks if we press the Q key. Now let's hop right over to aimbooster.com to see what we'll have to work with. So this is the site. We're now going to press on the challenge button. So what we see is a canvas on the screen where we have to click inside each of the orange circles. And if we miss, doesn't matter, but if the orange circle disappears again, we lose a life. First thing we have to determine is where the canvas is located on the screen. And for that, we can take a screenshot of the time up here and save that to our folder. When we have this image, we can use PyAutoGUI to determine where on the screen this image is located, and for that we can make some offsets to determine where the box is. So we're going to hop back to the text editor. Here we're going to define a variable called center, which locates this time image on the screen. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take a screenshot of the canvas where the orange circles spawn, and for that we're going to use PyAutoGUI's screenshot function. Before we type in the region, we are going to make some variables based off the center of the time image we have located on the screen. So we are going to make an X and an Y offset. We then type these offsets into the region parameter in the screenshot function, and then we give the width and the height of the screenshot. We then save the image. What this does is it's actually going to start the image right here in the top left corner, and then it is going to go right 600 pixels, and then it's going to take the height 420 pixels. So this is the image we end up having. Next thing is to define two variables based on the size of the image. So we go ahead and make those variables. Now we're going to make two for loops looping over this image. So we are going to loop over the width of the image and the height of the image. And why we do this is because we're going to get the color of every pixel and then compare it to what the color of the center of the orange circle is. It will make sense when we make the for loops. So I will make two nested for loops that ranges over the width and the height. So these two for loops over the width and the height. But as you can see right here in the range, we have this number 5. What this means is it's actually going to take every 5th pixel and not every pixel in the whole image. This will just make our for loop and while loop faster, so you don't have to worry about that. Now we're going to determine the color of this pixel in the image. And for that, we're going to have 3 variables, RGB. As you can see on my screen right now is an image of the orange circles, which we have to click on the screen. And I have gone ahead and found the RGB value of the center of this circle. And as you can see, the red value is 255, the green value is 219, and the B value is 195. Let's make a note of that. We can now determine where we want to click on the screen only using one of these variables. We're going to use the green variable to check if the pixel on the screen is this color. So this is how we determine it with an if statement. Now we're going to define the click function. For that, we're going to use the Win32 API. We're going to go to the top of our code. Here we're going to define the click function, which takes in 2 parameters, the X and the Y value. We've now defined our click function, and we can now use this in our while loop. So these two for loops actually finds the position in the image and not on the screen. So we are going to add the X and Y offset to the X and Y parameters for the for loops. And then we're going to put them into the click function. We're also going to add some sleep after the click and a break. we add in the break so it breaks out of the for loops. Last thing we're going to do is to add some sleep in the top of our Python script so we have some time to get over to the side when we activate the script. So we fire up our terminal and we go back to aimbooster.com. We're now going to activate the script and press play again on Aimbooster. We activate the script and press play again. And as you can see, it works perfectly. And if you want to stop the program again, you just simply press Q. And then it stops and it's game over in Aimbooster. That was it for this tutorial. Hope you can use this to impress some friends or family. I will be sure to link the code in the description so you can copy and paste it. Play around with the values if it doesn't work at first, and hopefully it will work for you too.